Hello, everyone. This is Sarabi here. And lately, I've been getting a lot of questions on where I get my content from for like TikTok videos or, what I get my content from for Pinterest. So, this training is pretty much an overview on where you can find content and how you can use it for your business. So, I'm going to go over three different places where I get my content from, and whichever works best for you, definitely use it. No problem. So, one is going to be library books. Um, your local library, you can go get a library card for free and just visit the travel section and check out different kind of books that they have available. So for example, like this one, this is a destination book on Hawaii, and really all it is like an informational, it gives you good insight on the culture, and this is very useful information as travel agents. Not only can you use it for posting videos, but you can also use it for your clients as well. So just getting to know the destinations. They also have other like books on like what to pack, um travel tips. There's a lot of books like that. Like this one is an example of how to pack. So you can use some of the information on here, informationals to make your TikTok videos. You can use it for that business related posts that we do for our Facebook personal page. Um, you can also use it for pins as well on Pinterest. So creating different little flyers and different little pin videos are very, very, very useful and effective when it comes to marketing. So definitely utilize that resource. Like I said, it's completely free, and you can find a whole lot of information and even learn things as well. We do have our certification trainings on the destinations, but like when you're reading the books and things like that, it may give you another little insight on that specific destination. So another place that you can find great content to use for your videos is your email. So I know some vendors, they send promos and things like that. What I'm really relating or referring to is the actual travel reports. So Insider Travel Report is an amazing resource for travel agents that gives you updated travel news. You can also do CNN travel report, subscribe to them, and they also provide updated travel news that you can then turn into TikToks as well. If you are not a person that wants to talk on the camera, these informational TikToks are really helpful as well, because you can just put text behind a background, and all it is just a text. You can have the voiceover read it, or you can do a voiceover as well. Or if you want to be in the camera and speak it, then that's an option for you as well. But you can find a lot of content that's useful for your clients and useful for the general public, because travel is such a broad um category that it's never going to be boring to talk about. Now, my third resource that I use is Vax. So I'm actually going to start sharing my screen so I can show you where I get my information from there. So here's Vax, the home screen. For those agents that are registered with them, it's very familiar with. You have your reservations, offers, incentives, suppliers, destinations, education, compass. So what I go into is the compass here. I go to travel inspo toolkit, and then shareable content from the compass. So down here, you have shareable articles that you can use to create your content. So I use these links personally when I create my pins. So I have like, my colorful visual images, and then I attach these links to it as well. So for example, this one is a popular one that I've done. And the cool thing about these is you can directly share it onto whatever platform you want to use it to, or if you just want to copy the link and add it to something else that's not listed on here, you can do that as well. So LinkedIn is another place that you can post articles on. Um, Twitter is on here. Let me think. TikTok is on, or it's not on here, but you can copy the link and paste it on here. Um, Pinterest, Facebook, right? Instagram, whatever you use, you can share it directly or copy the link to add it on here. But really what it is it has a lot of articles on here. Some of them are lists, some of them are just general articles. But when you find the ones that are like this, that have numbers on there, you can use this information on across multiple social media platforms. Like this one, I use it different ways. So I actually have an ongoing series on TikTok with this, where I have 7 videos of the eco-friendly resorts. And then I highlight each resort in each video. So right now I'm on 5, so I just have 2 more that I can do. On versus on Pinterest, I have this article directly linked to a pin, and then I highlight the different locations all in one video, right? So there's different ways you can use this to make it work for you. Depending on the platform you're using it for is going to determine what you're going to do it for, but definitely utilize that resource, especially the ones that have more lists on there. You can create series with those, um, especially if you're doing like TikTok. So this one, CDC lifts cruise health travel notice. That's another one. Let me click. So if you're if you're having trouble figuring out what business related posts that you want to do, this is also a good one. This is one I actually posted today. So it's highlighting Virgin Voyages. I just hit Facebook, share on Facebook, and then it just shared to my page. And it's just an informational, you can comment on it, and then, let the artist the author know that you appreciate what they wrote on there. So that's these down here. If you're wanting to create boards in Pinterest, you can utilize these lists to model your boards off of, and then you can actually click on the actual destinations to get the pictures and things like that from it. If you want to find more travel inspiration content from the compass, you'll just click that link, and then it has a whole host of different things on here. So for trending destination wedding locations, I'm going to click on this because one, I am specializing in destination wedding locations. And two, like that's actually looking at this. So Costa Rica, Greece, this is actually going to be my next series that I'm going to do. So Costa Rica, that's a huge like place where you can find several different locations. So not only am I going to create a series on this with TikTok, I am going to I already have a board for destination weddings, but I'm going to create a list and then, like a sub content from that list. So the cool thing about Pinterest is even though you have boards, you can also have subjects, and then you can go based off it as well. So there's endless amount of pins that you can do for this. So what I'm thinking is I go and do Costa Rica, right? So I highlight different pictures, find pictures of Costa Rica, just the location itself, and then put something on there like who wants to go to Costa Rica or something like that. And then, I go deeper, like a little bit more micro with it and saying, okay, well, here's a resort in Costa Rica that you can go to. Here's another resort that you can go to. And then, from there, I can go again a little bit deeper. It's like focus on one particular resort. It's like, okay, so they have family things here. There's destination weddings here. This can be an adult only. This can be an all inclusive, right? So there's different ways you can go about it, and there's different levels that you can use it for. So that way you have endless content off of one thing. Greece, right? So there's a Hawaii. There's 5 islands in Hawaii. You can highlight every single island and then hit up like however many resorts on those islands. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of content that you can find and make your social media grow with. And what I'm talking about in particular is just the social media that we don't really think about as much. So I'm talking more so with Twitter, with what's it called? I just said it, TikTok and Pinterest. Because like with Twitter, like you have to tweet a lot, and it's kind of hard to think of things to tweet a lot of. Ideally, you want to be on there about tweeting 15 times a day. Pinterest is a high number as well. You want to be creating like 11 pins a day, and I keep saying Snapchat. TikTok, you want to be at least doing at least 3 videos a day. So for those that have high volume of content, this is a good way to kind of keep that content rolling and you still have new material. I mean, it's not new to you, but it's new to the viewers, and you can gain more followers that way the more consistent you are with it. So definitely utilize Vax as a resource. This is where I heavily depend on a lot of my information, but as you can see, there is so much that you can go off of. Look, this one even has 4 national parks to wander this winter. That's awesome. That's something that people might look for, especially on Pinterest. People search specifically for things like this. So just get in here, look at those resources. The Compass is an amazing place to do that. Again, library books are also really good for those quick tips and tidbits type of videos and informationals and destinations as well, because you want to, even though we are trying to get clients and people to follow us and, book from us, we also want to provide information and knowledge as well. And more than likely, your followers would appreciate that you're teaching them something as well, because then it solidifies you as a travel agent, and they're more likely to use your services because you actually know what you're talking about. You're not just constantly trying to sell them something, you're also teaching them as well. So just think about that, keep that in mind, and never forget to have fun when you are making these videos or these contents and stuff. And when in regards to Pinterest particularly, you also want to make sure you're having things on there that you enjoy as well. So a lot of my boards that I create, even though I want to specialize in destination weddings and do family travel and cruises and stuff, I only pick the things that I actually really enjoy. So when someone asks me about it, I can actually have a description that I'm enthusiastic about and talk about. So just make it your own. Don't try to be super salesy with it. You want to enjoy it because that's going to translate into your content. Excuse me. Especially when you're making videos. This is something that I'm also working on when I, lose my train of thought, or if I, have a pause. I tend to say a lot. It's okay. I said it again. It's okay when you're doing this. It shows you're a real person. It takes time to get familiar learning the camera, and even if you don't want to do the camera right away, you can always just have those pictures on your videos, and then just have music playing in the background until you get comfortable talking into the camera. So that's another thing that I do with TikTok when I just don't have time to actually sit down and make my video because, my kids are running around or I'm out busy. I'll find some pictures of a nice location, or if I had just created a mock booking, I'll put some music behind it to make it interesting, attention grabbing, and then you can post that as well and write like a short little description. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about making your postings for TikTok and Pinterest and, all of your videos. You just have to kind of utilize your resources in that way. Some tips that I've found personally when it comes to TikTok videos or reels or anything in particular, I feel like Facebook Reels has like the best songs to use. Because with TikTok, you have like the trending songs, but it's always the same ones. And it's kind of hard to find the ones that are different, that like aren't already part of the library. So what I do, I always go into the Facebook reel, like I pretend like I'm creating a story or a reel or something, and I type in the song that I want, I save it, and then I use that video that I've saved with the music to post onto the different platforms. YouTube is another great resource that you want to start using. You don't necessarily have to have a very long informational video to be successful on YouTube. You can do short videos, you can do short little promos. You know, our vendors send us promo videos as well. Use those. That can be part of your little YouTube channel for your clients. So any kind of resource that involves images and videos, you definitely want to be on, because that is the day and the age that we are in. It may be uncomfortable in the beginning. Trust me, it was very uncomfortable for me. But when I saw the insights and the analytics that went along with videos and images in particular, I switched it up and followed what the trend is, because that's what's going to be successful for your business. Um, I hope this really helps. I know this was a shorter informational video, but I just kind of wanted to, share some information on how you can get your content out there. And hopefully, with those travel agents that, we're connected on social media, I get to see some of your videos. Thank you for coming. Have a great night. Also, if you found this video helpful, feel free to like it and subscribe to my page for more training videos in the future. Have a great night.